Petty Eddie Podcast. Yeah. Petty Eddie Podcast. Yeah. Yeah. I'm on point like Beckham, but one-handed catch. No one can do this now, I'm better than the rest. I'm Baker Mayfield with the cockiness. I'm related to be the greatest, no way you're stopping this. The first things first, no Chris Carter, the hands of stone. I'm the podcast king on the microphone. The swagger of Randy Moss, style of Randy Orton. Better support this, download the Ward Smith. Of course, it's a legend like Flair or Tully Blanchard, the king. Lights up the camera, stepping up to me like Braun Strowman, thinking wisely. Truth in the humor like Marcellus Wiley. So cocky, so brass, so timeless, grimy. How I can talk and undefine it. Who want war with the best in the field? It's the Petty Eddie Podcast, keeping it real. Let's go. There is only one out here that'll hold it down, say it loud and clear. Who will take the world by storm now? There is only one podcast with the crown. The Petty Eddie Podcast. The Petty Eddie Podcast. Say it loud and clear. The only podcast here. The Petty Eddie Podcast. I'm on point like Beckham, but one-handed catch. No one can do this now, I'm better than the rest. I'm Baker Mayfield with the cockiness. I'm related to be the greatest, no way you're stopping this. The first things first, no Chris Carter.
What is up, everybody? This is the Petty Eddie Podcast. That was my theme song. I finally got it on the show. I finally figured that out. Shout out my man Teasy. Love that song. I listen to it in my car a lot, but I'm glad it's here. Hopefully it came through. Hopefully everyone heard it. As you see, my guest, Brandon BMW, the DJ, we'll get to him in just 1 second. But, of course, every show that I start off with, homage.com. You got to check them out. A proud sponsor of Network 216. They have the best clothing in the world, the best T-shirts for all sports, all of pop culture. They have it all for you. The best, the most comfortable. Joe Thomas shirt just went in the Hall of Fame this year. You can get that in anything. Brandon here can get Steeler shirts, and they are dope shirts. They're dope quality. They're the best clothing company because the shirts are just soft. They're durable. They don't stretch. They're like cool fitting, but you can wear them in any weather. The hoodies are fantastic in any weather. We're getting that sort of early fall, fake fall-ish right now, but perfect for it. In the morning, wear it to work. Yes, the quotes. I love it. Homage.com. Make sure to check them out. They have deals all of the time. Make sure to take advantage of that. They are very quick with their shipping, and they're growing. In fact, earlier today, they sent out an email that was the Guy Ferrari Flavortown shirt. So every NFL city in their affiliate team will have some sort of Guy Fieri Flavortown shirt with like their specialty of food. I didn't look at the Steelers one. I'm assuming it's pierogies. That would probably be my guess. But homage.com, check them out. At homage, all capital letters for that. HOMAGE. Check them out. Check our links, network_216. We send out links all the time. And in fact, we're actually giving out a jersey, not from Homage, but we're giving out a Browns jersey because we just reached 2,000 subscribers to YouTube. So thank you to all of you. I'm gonna clap for you guys because that's awesome. Thank you. But yeah, there's roles on the Twitter, network_216. Go check that out. Homage.com. Check them out. Obviously, I mentioned them. You see them on the screen. This is a guy who actually gave me one of my first starts in writing, and it's weird to I put descriptions for the show, and he really did give me one of my first writing gigs. This is Brandon Walker, BMW the DJ. He has his own DJing business. He's a big-time DJ in the Pittsburgh area. Obviously a Pittsburgh fan, Pitt hat, big Steelers fan. He's not all bad. He is a Lakers fan as well. And Brandon. Yeah, your mic is disconnected.
There we go. Is that better? Is that better?
AirPod's still right there.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, wait, we good?
Now we're on delay. So if you can hear me right now, my internet's been in and out because it just stormed a little bit ago.
I can hear you.
Brandon, try and talk. There we go. I can hear you now. Perfect. Brandon, welcome to the show. How
Thank
are you
you.
physically, spiritually, mentally, all that good stuff? How you doing, buddy?
It's a good day. It's a good day. Thank you for having me. I was just thinking about, you mentioned that I gave you one of your early opportunities to write. I was just thinking about how long ago that was, and just how crazy it is that we stayed connected for was that 10 years ago? That was a long time ago. Oh, you froze.
You can't hear me?
I can hear you.
This is going great. You can hear me? Oh, you can just hear what I said? Oh, perfect.
No, you froze for a second.
Again,
but
shout out Mike Waterloo, friend of both of us, friend of the show.
shout out to Lou.
Gotcha. Mike Waterloo, Sarah Cropfield, they're the ones who connected Brandon and I.
Crop Chisel.
Now we're frozen again. We're just all sorts of messed up on this show.
No, I'm good.
We are all sorts of messed up on this show tonight. For me, for whatever reason, the internet is just not good here right now. I didn't realize it stormed until I looked out the window a little bit ago.
Where are you at?
But we'll truck through. We'll get through the best we can. You can hear me?
Yeah.
I'm actually north of you. I'm in Oil City. So, but yeah, I was writing about rap music on his website, brainofbeing.com. Yeah, so I was writing about. I remember one article was a Meek Mill album review. That was dope because he's like, hey, Mike and Sarah's like, hey, I know people that you can write for. I was like, what? What do you mean I can write for? Yeah, go write about this. Hit him up. I was like, all right, hit him up. Wrote about that. Did different like top 10s for him. What was the rapper's name? Fresh LaRosa. That was his name. Fresh LaRosa.
That was Sarah.
That was one of my first featured art. A what?
That was Sarah's
what artist?
She managed him.
Yes, that's right. And that was like my first feature that wasn't a Clarion athlete. So that was pretty cool. So we go way back. We've chopped it up ever since. He's a Lakers fan. I'm a Lakers fan. Hasn't been the easiest of times over the past decade, but hey, they won a ship a few years ago. They're going to win another one this year. So let's rock to that.
Absolutely. So I'm going to try to put.
So clearly we're on some sort of delay, me and him.
Hold on. Let me try to
go
put
ahead.
My AirPods back in. That helps. Is that better?
We're good. We're live. We're good. I'm good. Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
I can hear you fine.
All right. Cool. So where should we begin?
But yeah, so that was our little backstory of how we met each other. And of course, he's a Steelers fan, and I'm a Browns fan. So we obviously talk shit to each other all the time, and it's fun. He's obviously got the better hand of it for the past decade or so. But yeah,
most of your life, all of your life.
Hey, we got it when it mattered. No, not that. This year starts a new year for that. You guys are going to be in quarterback hell, and we're just going to whoop your ass for the next 20 years.
Didn't we split the season series last year?
Yeah, we did. But the last time we played each other in the playoffs, we whooped your ass. That's where I'm getting at. And that's what we're going to start doing from here on out. You're not going to meet.
You know they don't give out trophies for winning a playoff game, right?
That's right, they don't. But we whooped your ass, and that was fine. And then we're going to do it again Monday. And that's what's fun about this, because Monday, I think that's what starts a whole new thing. And both teams coming off very drastically different week ones. The Browns, obviously, 24-3 winners over the Bengals at home. The Steelers fell also at home to the 49ers, 30-7. Brent, I didn't see the Pittsburgh game, obviously, because I was watching the Cleveland game. So you tell me, what were the good that you saw in that lopsided loss, and obviously what were the bad?
All right, so let's get the ugly out of the way, right? Our young quarterback did not play well. The offensive line was very inconsistent. There was no running game. The offense was a mess. Special teams was a mess. The defense was a mess. But there were some bright spots. Keanu Benton, a rookie defensive lineman. He played a really good game. Damn, there wasn't a lot of good to extract from that game, man. Like it was tough. I didn't like some of the play calls. I hated all the poor execution on offense. The defense did not. I mean, TJ Watt. TJ Watt obviously had an amazing performance. But other than that, man, that was a terrible performance. Like offense, special teams, defense, coaching. That was just a bad game altogether. I forgot it even happened. I've wiped my mind. I did the what's the Men in Black thing, the little flashy thing? I did that.
I like it. That's been a lot of the Browns fandom of my life is just hitting that button. But this past week didn't have to do that over the Bengals. I'll start with the offense. They started off very slowly. And obviously the weather was a factor for both quarterbacks. It wasn't an excuse. It was just a factor. It was just pouring down rain there. We had people from Network 216 in the crowd there, and they were sending the message in the group chat. It is miserable here. So so that factors in. The offense for the Browns started off slowly, but then they started to find their groove later in the game. They were extending drives. They were getting down the field. They were putting points on the board. Put 14 in the second half, 10 in the first half. So there's a lot of good to come, and I'm excited to see Deshaun Watson without the elements of the rain. And we'll talk about him versus the Steelers here in just a minute. Defense lights out. One of the best defensive performances I've seen from a Browns team since they've come back in the league in 1999. They allowed the high-octane Cincinnati offense to 3 points. They held them to 3 points, 142 yards of total offense, and 2 of 15 on third down, and 0 of 1 on fourth down with Myles Garrett contributing a sack, getting the whole crowd. That was a deafening roar. That was one of the loudest from TV I can hear, and a lot of people at the game in the stadium. So a lot of good to come off that, a lot of momentum to build off. But we face our it's spooky season now, so we face our bogeyman of the past 2 decades, and that's the Steelers. Going to Acrisure Stadium, it was, and I'm glitching again. That's cool. That's nice. Maybe I'm.
It's all good.
It's
all good.
We'll see if I'm.
Yeah,
can
I can still hear you.
I love the aspect of live TV because this is TV. I love it. I actually do love it.
I mean, we can work with it. So what do you think?
That's right.
What do you think about this coming week? Steelers versus Browns. What do you think? What do you think about this coming week? Steelers versus Browns. What do you think?
So this coming week, Steelers versus Browns. Without trying to be a dick about it, I really think the Browns have the advantage in all 3 aspects. Coming week, Steelers versus Browns. This is the worst connection. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. The connection's bad.
It's all good. Don't worry about it. We'll make it through.
Without trying to be.
What do you have the line for the game? The Steelers +1. Is that what this is?
The line it's who? Oh, 2.5 favorites. -2.5. The Browns are favored.
So the Steelers are. I don't really understand that. I thought that. So so the Vegas thinks that the Steelers suck.
In this game, yes, or at least not suck, but they think they're the team that's going to lose. Yes, the plus money teams, the plus teams are always the teams that not necessarily don't have a chance, but they're not the favorite.
I'm not an avid gambler, so I never really know. But I thought that you got 3 points just for being at home.
Mm-mm. So the Steelers have to win by less than, or they can either win or lose by less than 3 points. If they lose by 3 or more, that's it. That's over for the safety in order for that bet to, or win by 2, or win by 2. I should say, not just a safety. Win by 2. That'd be 2-0.
So, with that in mind,
they have to lose. They have to do it by less than 2.5 points. So, and it could happen just because lines are very, very something
suspect. Because I think you kind of have to throw that thinking
about it.
The line is suspect. I think you kind of have to. The cliche thing to say here is you got to throw the records out the window because it's a rivalry game, right? So when you expect it to be a blowout one way or another, it's typically a hard fought game when it comes to Steelers and Browns, right?
So I missed most of that. I'm listening back on my phone right now, as you can see.
Oh, that's what I
didn't realize that this was. I didn't know it stormed really. So I missed most
of it. Is that what we got to do?
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah.
I'm listening back on my phone right now, as you can see.
Oh, so there is a bit of a delay.
I didn't realize that this was. I didn't know it stormed really.
Oh, you're frozen now. Is that what we got to do?
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah.
Man, this is bad.
It's all good. It's all good. We're gonna make the most of it.
Are we live? Did you just hear what I said?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking right now. You talk right now as I'm talking, because I think maybe we're past that. Okay, so you said okay. All right, we're good.
What do you think? Where do you think the game will be won at? Like, is it going to be a trenches game? Is it going to be our D line versus your O line and Nick Chubb? You think what'll be the deciding factor?
That's exactly it right there. That's exactly what I think will win this game. I do think Deshaun Watson will. I don't think he'll get all the way back to form, but he'll play better than he did against the Cincinnati. But I do think that the offensive line of the Browns is just too strong for the defensive line of the Steelers without Cam Hayward. If Cam Hayward's in there, it's a different ballgame. I take it. It might be even. But without Hayward in there, I think it's a little bit too much for the Steelers to overcome. I know they have depth there. We'll just see how good that depth is. But we also start a rookie DeJuan Jones over Jack Conklin, who's out with an ACL and MCL injury. So that's where I think the game gets won or lost.
What was he?
Right tackle.
So
DeJuan Jones is going to have a heavy dosage of TJ Watt. Yeah. Yep. It could be a long night, but he's going to be double a lot. They're going to kick the center over a lot. They'll be fine.
The center, you better bring in what's his name? Njoku. What's his name? The tight end?
David Njoku. Yep, David Njoku.
You better use Amari Cooper to chip. Y'all better go see what Tim Couch is doing. See if he could do some blocking. Because that rookie is gonna have a long day.
I don't know about that. That dude's a massive man. He's 6'8", 350. So we'll see. Hey, we'll see. We'll see. But on the flip side of that, on the flip side of the line talk, I don't know if anyone on your team can stop Myles Garrett from doing whatever the hell he feels like doing.
As long as he doesn't hit anybody in their head with a helmet, I think we'll be okay.
Hey, as long as they don't say things they're not supposed to, then we'll be okay.
Hey, listen.
I was actually at that game live.
Oh, yo. First of all, it was cold as heck that
I was
day.
in Cleveland for that. So, yeah. But the crazy thing is, yeah, it was freezing.
I can't do it, bro. I can't go to cold weather games. I can't. I'm sorry. So I think that Myles Garrett.
I'll drink enough to withstand that.
Is that a thing?
Oh yeah.
Is that really a thing?
Oh yeah.
All right. So, is Myles Garrett an end or a tackle? He's a tackle, right?
Who's that?
Garrett, is he an edge or is he a tackle?
He's an edge. Edge.
Okay. So I like Myles Garrett, right? And there's shout out to my man Palermo Stone. He's a rapper. He was a rapper from Pittsburgh. He looks exactly like Myles Garrett. But and I think he's probably watching. But I told him I would shout him out. But anyway, I like Myles Garrett, right? I like that he's like just a legit athlete. I've seen him play ball, like I've seen him hoop before, and he's really nice. So like I like him as an athlete. I wish that he was a Steeler. However, I think that Myers, I think his name is Pat Myers, the Steelers O-line coach. I think that he is going to cook up something that is going to make life difficult for Myles Garrett. Now, there obviously is going to be some chipping from Washington, who just pancaked Joey Bosa, right? So Washington will be chipping and on the edge. You'll get some Cam Hayward's little brother. I forget his name, Hayward. But you'll get some of him off the edge too. So I think that you can't like contain somebody who's that good, but I think that Myles Garrett will have a tough go of it against the Steelers offensive line with the help of the tight ends not named Pat Freiermuth, because Pat Freiermuth can't block.
Okay. So there's where in years past you're probably absolutely right, and that's how a lot of teams will game plan for Myles Garrett. But this year is way different because there's Zadarius Smith on the other side of Myles Garrett. There's Dalvin Tomlinson in the middle. There's Ogbo Okonkwo, who got a sack against Joe Burrow the other day. There's many ways to beat you. Jim Schwartz is the new defensive coordinator, so he has these guys all schemed up and has the 9 wide defense or whatever he likes to call it, wide 9. I think, yeah. I think that's too much for the Steelers' offensive line because they were their offensive line used to be like a staple of theirs. They had always had good line play on both sides of the football. Offensive line, defensive line, always had good line play. But here's where the Browns have the advantage on both sides of it. They have the better offensive line to the defensive line. They have the better defensive line to the Steelers' offensive line in this matchup. And nothing matters before this, but from what we saw in week 1 and everything, all the moves every team made this year in the offseason to this game here, 1 to 2 weeks, boom. I think the Browns have the clear advantage in that. I'm not going to say it's not going to be a cakewalk, even though I predicted that on my show a couple weeks ago it would be a cakewalk. It won't be a cakewalk. It'll be one of those games that's like a grinded out game for like 3 quarters, and then in the 4th quarter, whatever team is going to win is going to separate themselves from the loser of the game. Obviously, we have different opinions on who's going to win, but that's where I'm at with it. I think we have the advantage in every aspect.
Okay. Who's the wide receiver opposite Amari Cooper? Is it Peoples-Jones?
Peoples-Jones or Elijah Moore, depending on where they line up.
Yeah. Okay. So I like Amari Cooper versus Levi Wallace. I like that matchup for Cleveland. However, if it's Amari Cooper versus Pat P or Joey Porter Jr., it's going to be a little bit of a long day. I know that Pat P didn't have a great game against the 49ers and he was running his mouth and all of that. He did almost have 2 interceptions. If he didn't have hands like bricks, he would have had 2 picks. But I think that Joey Porter Jr. is going to play a lot more, and I think that he's going to make a difference. I also think that along the defensive line, I think Keanu Benton is going to. I think he's going to start for Cam Hayward. I think he's going to make a big difference. He's not going to be Cam Hayward, but he's good. He's really, really good. I just read that on PFF. He was the second highest graded rookie defensive player last week. So I really like what I see from Keanu Benton. TJ Watt has always had a field day against the Browns. I expect that to continue. Larry Ogunjobi is 1 week healthier from his foot issues. So I think that he's going to be a problem in the middle, along with Adams. I ain't really worried about Adams. I like Quan Alexander, our middle linebacker. I think that, he came a little bit late in training camp, so he's still getting somewhat acclimated to the defense. But I think he's going to be good. And Minka always does pretty well against you guys too. And I'm pretty sure that the last time that we played the Browns last season, we gave your man Watson the blues. That defense gave Watson problems. I think that'll continue.
First off, the Watson thing, he played 6 games after 700 days off. That's first and foremost. So he'll be better than that. Second off, Minka Fitzpatrick, that is his fault. He put himself in position to be in that position. That's absolutely his fault. But now he's our quarterback, so I don't care what happened then. That was however long ago. I don't give a shit. What happens on the field going forward, that's what I talk about. But number 2, Minka Fitzpatrick has not had his way with the Browns because Nick Chubb has made him look like a fool on 3 different occasions.
3 occasions in 8 games?
They haven't played 8 games against each other.
Minka has played. This is
he's made
5th year. I gotta look it up.
Maybe, but Nick Chubb, look that up for him. But Nick Chubb has made him look foolish countless times, especially the game in the playoffs. I know you remember that game we talked about earlier. That's last. Oh
my Lord!
I'll bring it up tonight. No, it's not. I'll probably bring it up again. But Nick Chubb is Nick Chubb. Like, there's no stopping Nick Chubb.
There's no stopping him. Huh? Okay. He's played 5 years for the Steelers, so he's played against the Browns 10 times at least.
10 times?
No, not 10 times. Not 10 times. This will be the ninth. This will be the 9th game that they've played, and I didn't look to see if he played in every game, but come on, it's Minka Fitzpatrick, man. This is the guy who has 17 career interceptions as a Steeler in 5 years.
Did he have one against Brock Purdy? Though?
The last time, Brock Purdy was a rookie last year. The last time that they played the 49ers before last week, he had a pick 6 against whoever that quarterback was. And I think that was the year before Brock Purdy came there. So he did not have a good game last week. You can rub all that in as much as you want. That's cool. The Browns is the Browns.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there, though. Your boy Juju said that in the playoffs, right before the playoffs, the Browns is the Browns. Boom, 28-0 before we could even do anything. And then we end up winning and going on to the next round, leaving you in the dust at your home stadium. That's number 1. Number 2, Jamar Chase said, all this hooting and hollering about the Cleveland Browns. I was about to call them the Elves. First off, no, you weren't, dummy. Like, you're not a dumb individual. You're a highly intelligent individual. You play this team twice a year. Like, those elves just whooped your ass. You didn't even have 40 yards receiving. So every time someone says that, Cleveland is Cleveland, the Browns is the Browns, they just some elves, it turns into retaliation in an ass whooping. So just so you know.
Let me ask you a question. What's the Steelers' all-time record versus the Browns?
Makes no difference right now.
It does.
I mean, I don't know about the all-time record, but since 1999, you guys have whooped our ass. But we have the most wins against you against any other team ever.
We've played 143 times, including 3 playoff games. We are 80 and 62.
And we're like 60 and 80, or 60-something and 80-something. Okay, that's fine.
What are we talking about?
Nothing. That has zero to do with Monday. That has nothing to do with Monday night. Nothing. No. The 6 Super Bowls mean nothing.
I didn't bring the Super Bowls.
Or live outside of.
I didn't bring the Super Bowls.
I know.
You keep talking about that playoff game. What was that? 2019.
Because that's what you bring that up with Minka. You're like, oh, Minka's always dominated us. And I was like, nope, that didn't happen, actually. He did not dominate us. TJ Watt, yes. TJ Watt's whooped our ass. I'll give him that. That's TJ Watt, though. Shout out to him.
When was that playoff game? 2019?
2020.
Was that the COVID year? Wow.
It was the COVID year. Absolutely was the COVID year. We didn't have our head coach. He was at home because he had COVID. Huh.
Listen, I remember. Oh, it was 2021. Okay, it was January 2021. Okay, I remember now. Okay, listen. All right, that's fine. That's fine.
It was a 2019 season.
What I think, no, it was 2021.
Okay.
Yeah, it was January 10th, 2021. 48-37. Y'all smoked us. So I'll give you that.
We're gonna do it again.
That, but I'm not gonna...
We're gonna do it again, but talk to that clip.
When?
On Monday, we're gonna whoop your ass. When? I take back my close statement. I take back my grinded out statement earlier.
So it's gonna be an ass whooping, is what you're saying.
It's gonna be an ass whooping.
Okay, give me a score. Give me a score.
34-13.
Oh, at home to the Browns. I don't listen.
Yeah, in your stadium, yeah. You're gonna see a lot of yellow seats. You're gonna see a lot of yellow that night because everyone's gonna be leaving their seats.
You know, there's actually a lot of Browns fans in Pittsburgh.
There are, and there's a lot of Pittsburgh fans in Cleveland.
Yeah, Pittsburgh is like the I don't know, it's like a launching point for a lot of people, but a lot of people, like, Steeler fans are all over the place because people travel, like, people live here for a while and then move. So it's really weird. Like, everywhere I go, you know, you've heard the cliche before, oh, there's a Steeler bar in every major city. I mean, I've been to a couple in other cities, that's cool. But, like, honestly, I meet so many people when I'm outside of the city that are Steeler fans, or, hey, I grew up in Pittsburgh. I went to school there, and then we moved. So it's really weird to see how many national Steeler fans there are. But myself and all of Steeler Nation is here to say that the Browns are going to lose 32-12.
Y'all scoring 32 points in a game? Oh.
Kenny Pickett going to have a coming out party.
32 points from the Steelers offense. That Steelers offense we just saw. The Steelers offense. Who?
Kenny Pickett going to have a coming out party.
say Kenny Pickett? I thought he did that last year and in the preseason.
Nah, you're gonna do it this week.
I thought he did that last year and in the preseason this year.
This week. Numbers on the board.
But I thought he already did that because you guys were all hyped after the preseason. The preseason was all hype because the offense looks good and blah blah blah, all this other shit.
I wasn't hyped.
I saw it in the same vicinity. No,
I was not hyped.
We're frozen again, but we're gonna get through this. We have a little bit.
Yeah, it's all good. I was not hyped. I don't.
You might not have been, but you saw a lot of people who were.
Yes, absolutely. There was an unbelievable amount of optimism about how good they could be, and no one really considered the fact that they were playing against mostly backups who were probably not in the league or on a practice squad right now. So I didn't put a whole lot of stock into it, but I think that there's potential there, right? And I think that when Kenny is settled down, that he can really make some things happen. And again, as you can see, I'm a Pitt fan, so I've been watching Kenny for this will be 7 years now. Solid player, and I think that this is the game where he's more comfortable. He settles in. He makes some quicker reads. Honestly, if you look, I've looked at the all 22 from that last game. It would have been a lot closer. I'm not saying that we would have won. I'm saying that it would have been a lot closer if he was more on point with some of the throws, right? He missed, I would say, 3 touchdown passes that I can think of off the top of my head. 3 touchdown passes that he definitely should have connected on. And that changes the game. But obviously they didn't put enough out there to have anybody else believe that it is going to be a competitive game. And I can understand that. So all we got to do is show up and show out. That's it. I also think that George Pickens is going to do a number on your secondary, so you better triple him and bracket off his whole side of the field.
Man, I hate that you're my guy and I have to do this to you, but absolutely fucking not. None of that, what you just said, is going to happen. First off, Kenny Pickett is not as good as what any Steeler fan thinks they are. I know he got a lot of hype this year for, he's going to have that Trevor Lawrence second-year breakout. No, he's not. He has the same stupid-ass offensive coordinator who can't get his good players involved. And Pickett's just not that good. He was great in college. He was a great college player, especially his last year there. He was great. Fantastic. Good for him. This is the NFL, and then Myles Garrett staring you down on the other side. He's the other end of that barrel. And then here's Darius Smith and Dalvin Tomlinson and Shelby Harris and Ogbo. And here comes Grant Delpit from the safety position. Here comes JOK from the linebacker position. There's not going to be enough room for Kenny Pickett to decide anything. There's not going to be time for that. He's going to be on the ground a lot. Whether he sacked a lot, I don't know if it's actual sack numbers or he just hit to the ground a lot. And as for the secondary, they just held arguably the best trio in football at wide receiver to 7 catches for 49 yards, and T. Higgins had 0.
Is Joe Burrow 100%? I'm being serious. I don't know. I know he was hurt in the preseason. Is he healthy?
I don't care about
it's a valid question.
He said he's ready to go, so he was ready to go. I mean, he was fine. He was good. He was healthy enough to play.
All right,
he was healthy enough to play. Was he 100%? Probably not. Was he 100%? But did he throw one of his worst games ever? Did he throw 100 yards? He didn't. He threw 82 yards.
Talk that shit.
Missed guys all over the field.
Talk that shit.
I'll talk that shit. That's what we're doing. That's right. And then on Tuesday, actually Monday night, I'm going to send you a text. I'm not going to put it on Facebook. I'm not going to put it on Twitter. I'm going to send you a text directly and be like, I told you.
Bring me back on the show next week.
I might have to, because I might have to do this. And I don't want to do that on air to someone. I'll air you out in a text. I don't want to air you out after we whoop your ass.
I can't come on. I'm hosting an event. next week, next Wednesday. But
wait, is it trivia though? Is it trivia?
No, it's music video bingo.
Oh, okay, that's cool too. Because trivia is dope as fuck. I just want everyone to know that he does a lot of trivia down in the Pittsburgh area. You can check him out on Facebook. Tremendous stuff. I wish we had more of that where I live, and we don't. And I wish I could travel more down to him, but I can't right now. But I will be able to. But music bingo, dope as hell too.
We're starting to do to get off of the Cleveland Steeler thing real quick. We're starting to do a lot of events up near you. We're doing a high school. We're doing a couple high school dances in Venango. I think we're doing a school dance in Oil City.
That's
too.
my county. Yep.
So,
that's where I live.
So we're working up that way, and I've done a couple weddings up north in Erie and in the Grove City area. So we're working our way slowly up there. Hopefully by next year, we'll start to have some more. We'll have some trivia nights in Erie and in Meadville. Maybe even I was talking to a bar in Tionesta before. I just got to find a host that can get to those places because that's middle of nowhere for me.
Yeah, so definitely when you come up to Oil City, let me know. I'll meet up with you, and that should be a Friday or Saturday probably, because that's where I live. Tionesta, don't go there. Absolutely do not go to Tionesta. Do not go to Tionesta. There's nothing there.
I went to Pitt Titusville. I love it up there.
Okay, so you know somewhat of the area. Okay.
Yeah.
There's really not much for a DJ though, but hey, maybe you find some. I hope you find something. Let me know when you're in Oil City. That would be great.
I want to take over in
person. This is the first time we've seen each other face to face.
We gotta meet, man. We gotta meet, for sure. So, something else I wanted to talk to you about. Are you a Cavs fan too?
No, I'm a Lakers fan.
I know, but
that's where our bond is with the Lakers.
Right, but I thought that maybe you were all. You know how some people have a second team? I don't have a second team, but some people have a second team, and I thought that maybe your second team might be.
Second teams are stupid as hell. Second teams are stupid as hell.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't get it. But I thought maybe you might have had it. My son wanted me to ask you if you were also like a closeted Cavs fan. What about college? You like Ohio State, right?
Nope. I like UNC for basketball and Ohio State for football. So Ohio State and the Cleveland Browns are the only two Ohio teams I root for.
Are you from Ohio originally?
No, I'm from where I'm at, basically. But my grandfather grew up in Akron.
So he's a Browns fan.
Yeah, that when he passed, that's when I became a full-fledged Browns fan. My dad was trying from when they came back in '99 till probably my mid-teen years because I just wanted to do my own thing. I was a big Randy Moss fan, so I followed him in the Vikings for a while. Then when my grandfather passed, that was it. That's the Browns. That's it. Until I'm 6 feet under, Browns.
You gotta. All right. So, what did you do before '99?
I was a Vikings fan in 1998. That's when I first got in more into it. And I was in flag football. I was on the Vikings that year. Randy Moss was drafted earlier that year, so perfect.
That year they had Culpepper?
And Randy Moss is my favorite NFL player ever. No, Culpepper came later. This is when they had Randall Cunningham. 98, 99, 2000, okay. Maybe 2001.
Yeah, I remember now. Okay. Yeah, I like Moss too. But I wouldn't. The Vikings. I feel sorry for you. All right, man. So listen. What is the coach's name? Stefanski?
That's right.
What is his name? Kevin Stefanski. Where was he at before Where was he at before Cleveland?
He was in Minnesota.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, he's from Pittsburgh.
Well, I don't know if he's from Pittsburgh. He's from Pennsylvania, I'm pretty sure.
Hold on. No, he goes to he went never mind. Okay. He went to St. Joe's school, right? And there's a St. Joe's school that my kids that is a private school not far from my house. It's like walking distance from my house. So I thought that was the same. I was asking because I thought that he was from my area. Because I read when I did a little bit of research, I thought that, he was, I know he's from PA, but I thought it was this side of PA, but he's from Philly. So I really don't like him because I don't like nothing about Philly except for Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, the Philly side. Because I think he went to Penn.
Oh, he's a nerd. Yeah, he did go to Penn.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of head coaches are nerds. Yeah, absolutely. The book smart nerd. There's a lot of nerds. I'm a nerd because I love a lot of pop culture things. I love pro wrestling. I love the Power Rangers. I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I love horror movies. I don't know if you can see it that well, but there's horror all over my arm. I'm a nerd like that too, but not book smart nerd.
He's only ever coached for the Browns and Minnesota. He coached every offensive position for Minnesota before.
He endured like. Wow. Yeah, he endured like 3 or 4 different coaching changes.
Bro, he's been there since 2006. I think he's solid.
He endured like 3 or 4 coaching changes.
I think that he's solid. I kind of like him. I just don't want to say that he's only had a winning record one time, bro. Never mind. He's not that good. Never mind. He ain't that good. He's terrible. Y'all terrible.
He'll be even better. Monday night, he's going to be better than what you just said he is because he's going to lead the team to whoop your guys' asses.
Make sure he don't punk out and try to get COVID again.
Hey, we beat you when he wasn't there. Whooped your ass, actually. But hey, that's neither here nor there. We're on a slight delay here. I'm going to wrap this up since we're on the delay. But I'm going to have you plug everything you need to plug, all your social medias, where people can book you for a DJ, all that good stuff. We're on a little bit of delay, so you do your thing, and then I'll take over after that.
All right, so BMW the DJ on all platforms. I'm a wedding DJ, a wedding officiant. We offer DJ photo booth photography, trivia, karaoke, videography, everything under the sun. Dancing on the Cloud, 360 booth, photo booth, all of that. We offer it all. BMWENTLLC.com for everything that you can imagine. School dances, all of that stuff. We got you. Thanks to my man Eddie for having me on. I greatly appreciate it.
My man Brandon, BMW the DJ, gave me one of my first writing gigs. I'll forever be grateful to him for that opportunity and the people that helped set that up. Shout out Mike and Sarah again, tremendous people, especially my guy Mike. That's my guy. Appreciate you coming on. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry that the delay happened with the technology, but I think my internet was screwy because it stormed shortly before me. I didn't even know it stormed. But I'm sorry about that. But we'll get it right next time. Next time it'll be clear. We won't have to wait 5-10 seconds to respond. We'll talk obviously on social media as we do. If you listen to this, thank you. That's not the only time you're seeing me tonight. This will be the first of 2 times you see me again tonight. I a lot of times like to double dip on Network 216. So at 10 p.m. you can check me out on Dog Chug. I'll be giving a victory chug. I'll be chugging one of these Yingling flights. I'll try to. I probably won't chug the whole thing, but I'm going to chug it because we got the victory. So every time the Browns win this year, I'm going to do a victory chug on the Dog Chug podcast, and I'm also going to donate. Right now it's 10. I'm getting back on my feet financially. Right now it's $10 a win. I'm going to donate that to a charity in downtown Cleveland somewhere. Live it up. Here in about 8 minutes, Faithful Dogs podcast. Jack, Zach, Tyler, check them out. They're going to take you through week 1 and get you ready for week 2, just like we did. Dog Chug 10 p.m. My favorite non-me Cleveland sports show there is. My favorite, and I will go on there every week if I have to. And I hope I do get to go on there every week because that means the Browns are winning and I'm chugging beer. Amish.com, Underdog Fantasy. You see it at the bottom of the screen. That's Brandon. I'm Eddie. You can follow me at KingOver15 on Twitter. We're going to do the damn thing. And until then, go Browns.